I, Rodney, take thee, Tiffany, to be my lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward.
Well, unless something seriously goes wrong, then we may have to cut things short. But go on.
For better or for worse.
Well, as long as worse doesn't mean you get caught up into some type of sin or do something that will cause hardship to our family. But go ahead.
For rich and for poor.
Wait, when you say poor, you do plan on keeping a job, right? Oh, but I'm sorry, go ahead.
For sickness and in health.
Oh, well, like if you get a cold or a flu or COVID, yeah, I can do that. Go ahead.
Till death do us part.
Wait, till death do us part. That could be a long time.
This will be the day. This will be the day.
Welcome back to our channel. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Rodney. This is Tiffany. And today we're going to be talking about wedding vows.
But before we get started, if you want to know more about how to battle in marriage the right way, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, because we post a video every Tuesday, and trust me, you do not want to miss it.
So make sure you like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. All right, let's get started.
We thought it would be fun for us to redo our vows, put some humor in it. If you're anything like us, when the pastor was asking us to repeat our vows or to agree to the vows, we don't recall much of what was said. We just said, I do.
So, Tiffany, when I was doing the vows, right? And when I was saying like, till death do us part, and then you had something to say after that. What made you want to say something like that? What were you thinking? What do you think the other couples would be thinking during that time? Is that why you said that? Is that why you did it that way, or what?
I think I said that because a lot of times people don't really consider the length of time. There is no time. There is no expiration date on marriage. When you commit to this covenant of marriage, it is until one of the two of us dies.
Right.
There is, and so when you don't really think about it. So today, when you said till death do us part, it's like, wait, that's a lot. That's forever. That's until we die. That's a long time. So a lot of people don't think about that.
So even I also said like, for rich or for poor, and you had a comment after that. So what do you? Give me more on that. Can you?
Well, when I think of poor, first of all, I don't think we'll ever be poor when I'm saying I do. I don't think about that. I assume that, you're going to have a job forever. You're going to be taking care of this family. And even if you do lose your job, for me, it's like, all right, so what, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you don't expect to just be poor or without. Right. So, and you don't really realize that can cause, a rip in a marriage when you go through those types of times, those hardships.
Okay, so another part that we talked about was sickness and health. And you had a comment. You of course got to go through COVID right now, but you made a comment about sickness and health also. Yeah. So
I mean, I'll take care of you. I'll bring you some soup. Take your temperature, give you some medicine. If you're sick, I'ma still love you. After being married 23 years, though, we haven't really experienced serious health issues, but I've seen couples who have experienced serious health, issues, and it has caused, some terrible things within and their marriage, whether it's their kids being sick, dying, or someone losing a limb. Those things matter, and they can have it could be a negative impact on a marriage, or be pretty heavy.
I think about sickness and health, and I also think about how even as couples, as we get older, now parents get older, and then we have to take care of one of our parents. One of our parents might move in or something like that. So certain things just happen in marriage. Especially like when you're raising your kids, and one of them might get sick.
Yeah.
So it's a lot that goes into it, and a lot of times people don't really. I know I didn't. I'm gonna say people. I know I didn't consider all that when we got married. I remember walking down the aisle, and no, I didn't walk down the aisle. You walked down the aisle. So I remember coming out, and as the preacher was talking, and he was quoting the vows, we just said, "I do."
That's it.
And that was really it.
That was it.
And it's kind of like signing a contract without reading it.
Yes, I never thought about that. Yeah, it's Just sign your name on the dotted line. We married now.
Yeah. So basically, I know one of the old tales. Somebody always say you read before you sign.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you read it before you sign it, but a lot of times we don't realize the vows, the rituals, and the commitment that comes along with wedding vows. We don't. Right. I don't think we really take that into true consideration when we do that. And marriage vows, whether you do it the traditional way, kind of like what we did, or whether you do it the personal way, where you add a little touch to it, where you say it doesn't matter, you can hang out with your boys all you want to, and
I'll still love you, I'll still be there for you.
Right, or you can play video games all night long and it won't bother me.
Yeah.
That sounds good right now.
Yeah, it sounds real good.
You're right. But how often, we don't really fast forward that time frame to see, because we don't know. We have no idea what life is going to bring, what raising kids is going to bring. However, the most important thing why we want to talk about this is because our wedding vows is that commitment. Yeah. So marriage is that bond. So once we get married, we have committed our life to each other. So that's that commitment that we're making to each other. When we walk down the aisle and we stand before God, so now we have brought God into that thing, into this marriage. So now that's that bond that should not be broken. It's also called what a covenant.
Covenant, right? Not a contract.
Right.
Well, it is a contract, but it's more than a contract. It's a covenant. Right.
So the difference between those two is the fact that a contract, a lot of times people will try to get out of a contract. They'll try to find a loophole, a way to get out of it. But in a covenant, it's meant to last forever. It's that bond. It's that it's like super glue. And I remember Tony Evans talking about that before. It's like that super glue.
Yeah.
And it's something that we gotta remember. It's that covenant between us, God. So it's that 3-part, right?
Right.
And I know the scripture talks about a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. So that's that third strand has got to be God, and it's got to be a very important part of our marriages. So, we made a light about it in the beginning about our vows, and we joked about our vows. However, it's very important that we honor our vows.
Right.
So we got to remember that when those tough times, it's not just because it gets hard, don't mean you're supposed to quit.
Right.
Isn't that what you were doing when I was quoting the scriptures? When I was quoting my vows, and you were like, does it really mean that?
Right.
That's what you were like. Because a lot of times people, they're ready to bail out. And just to be 100% transparent, we had thought about bailing out too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we had thought we found the out clause and we was able to, ready to go.
That's
but
right.
At the end of the day, we have to honor God in our marriages. We have to honor God in what we do, and keeping those vows is very important in this commitment.
Yeah. That's good stuff. All right, so just to recap, we talked about our wedding vows, really paying attention to those commitments, those promises that we made before God and each other, because it's very important. A lot of times we miss that first round. We miss it, and then we are surprised when things happen, when life happens, and we're ready to bail out.
I challenge each couple who's watching this to review your wedding vows, to see if you remember that day of your wedding and what your vows were, and maybe sit down together and talk to each other about the wedding vows, and to see where you are within your commitment to each other.
Yeah.
And remember, you're not just committing to yourself, you're also committing to God. So please don't forget to leave a comment and let us know what you think about this.
Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like button. And if you found this helpful, share it with a friend.
Also visit our website, The Battle We Must Win, to check out our blog, the book is to come and speak, and you can also donate to us financially, where we can be able to bless many more marriages across this country. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week, and
Merry Christmas.